Okay, peace and all good. Welcome to episode 6 of our focus group discussion series featuring selected fresh third edition graduates, this time from Platinum Batch 2025. Here we'll be talking about their research experience last school year. We unpack the highs and lows of research work and the lifelong lessons that come with it. So allow me to first and foremost thank this bunch of Nerdition alumni who took time out of their busy schedules, tama ba, to join us in today's activity so that we can learn lessons out of their own stories. Okay? So, am I correct? It's already enrollment season ba in your respective colleges and universities? Tama? Okay, when do your classes
Yes po,
start?
ma'am.
When do your
For
classes start?
for Benilde po, September 4.
Mm-hmm.
For UST po, August 6.
Uh-huh.
For PLM po, I'm not sure po, pero ang sabi po nila August daw po.
Oh, okay. So between sometime in August or September yung opening ng university or college calendar ninyo. For LSQC naman, classes will actually start this week already. Specifically on July 2, magsisimula na yung school year 2025-2026. And I hope that even if you will start with your respective classes in tertiary education. Pag nahingan kayo ulit ng tulong or ng request ng school, sana makapunta pa rin kayo sa mga ganitong opportunity. Okay, so thank you again for making time to grant this request of mine. Know that this means so much to me. Okay, I've been doing this for the past 6 years, kaya maraming salamat na naging part kayo ng munting tradisyon na ito din, Miss Chat. Okay, so to start off, let's do quick introductions. Please mention your name, your strand, and if you can still remember your research topic or title from inquiries and specialized research last school year. Okay, who would like to go first?
Sige, Mina lang po.
Okay.
Sige. Hi, my name is Vince Kiab. I'm from 12 Humes, and then my award-winning research topic is the influence of sex and socioeconomic status on political beliefs and voting patterns of voters in Maharlika, Quezon City. Paano naging award-winning? I-unfold natin yan dito ngayon.
Thank you, Vince. All right, who's next?
Ako na lang po. I'm John Isha Santos and from UMS, and ang research title namin is Our View of School Policies and Their Influence on the Well-Being of LSUC SHS Students.
Thank you, Isha.
I'm Erin Morabe and I'm from 12 UMSPA, and our research is producing a short documentary on the mental health struggles of the youth in San Vicente Ferry Mission Station.
Alright, thank you, Erin. It's good to see you all again. After quite some time, parang huli ko kayong nakita, except for Isha, whom I saw nung issuance of report cards. I think yung iba sa inyo, parang graduation ko pa huling nakita. Pero syempre, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong hapon, basically para siyang throwback. Pagbabalik tanaw, centered or anchored on your research experience being a previous grade 12 student. Okay, and as mentioned earlier, the classes will start this week as early as July 2. But 2 days yung orientation nila, yung regular classes will commence by July 5. And then one of the things that we are going to look forward to this school year is that by November of this year, the senior high school department will undergo PASCU formal visit. Okay, so isa yan sa mga key highlights ng academic calendar this year. Okay, so to start the ball rolling, can you still remember how your research group was formed? Paano ba nabuo yung inyong mga research group? Tatandaan pa ba?
I'll start na lang. Yes po.
Mhm.
So, basically, parang may pinasagot po na worksheet, and then usually nandun rin po yung like mga interest namin topics.
Mhm.
And then yun, nabuo po yung grupo ko. since I remembered na parang pinagsabihan ata kami na all of our topics were nice or
Mm.
pwede na po siyang gawin.
Yes.
So, yun po.
Mhm.
That's what I only remembered.
Mhm. Anything to add to that anecdote? Or how did you guys feel when I already presented my initial groupings based on your research interests?
Ako naman po. So like, nagulat ako noon kasi hindi ko in-expect na sa arts ako mapupunta. Kasi
Mhm.
meron din naman akong topic na nilagay about social issues and school-based. So nagulat ako na hala, puro arts yung kasama ko.
Mhm.
So, but it went to, I mean, I nag-go with the flow po ako kung
Mhm.
paano namin i-work yung research.
Mhm. How about you, Erin? Can you still remember your initial reaction or thoughts perhaps when I presented the groupings based on your on the class's research interests?
Um, First of all, I was really glad to have been grouped with the people that I really wanted to be a part of the group po. And ang initial thoughts ko po is since kagrupo ko sila and mostly sila po is like taking up psychology po. Ang mangyayari is mental health po yung magiging topic namin, which is what I really wanted po for our group para po yung research namin before is matuloy po namin for that year po. So, ang initial reaction ko po talaga was really, I was really happy po with my group.
Mhm.
Yun
And
po.
when you completed your, this is a follow-up question already for Erin. When you completed your practice manuscript last school year, did you envision it to become a longitudinal study na talagang may continuation pa siya for grade 12?
Yes po. Kasi, with the research that we had and yung mga results po from that research, I feel like meron po kasing possible na intervention for that. So, nakita ko po na pwede po siyang longitudinal na magawan po namin ng paraan na may action po yung research namin. Yun po.
Alright. Okay, that's good to hear kasi ibig sabihin, hindi pa man tapos yung previous school year, at least entering grade 12, long term na rin yung pagtingin natin dun sa research projects na nakompleto natin back when you were in grade 11. But for purposes of transparency, ayan, for the grade 12, the current batch of grade 12 students watching this clip, when I decided on finalizing the research groups, it was multifactorial. It was not only based on the formative worksheet which we had done in class, parang first formative activity natin siya. Aside from that, I also solicited feedback, pertinent feedback from your previous research teacher. Back then, that was in the person of Mr. Ed Chico. I had read through your manuscripts. I solicited feedback based on the group dynamics of the previous groupings and taken all yon in consideration as I was finalizing the groupings for inquiries. And truth be told, yung groupings na ginawa natin ng inquiries, salamat sa Diyos, at yun pa rin naman yung groupings natin until we ended the school year in specialized research. So, talk me through the process. How was it like working with your group members? And how did you decide who will be the leader of your group?
Ma'am.
Mm.
So, nung nalaman ko na sila yung set of groupmates ko, parang I really saw the need na mag-step up. Kasi yung mostly sa kanila ay, hindi naman sa I'm saying na they're dependent, but kumbaga, since matagal na rin kami magkakakilala, they already know na ako yung leader material sa grupo. That's why ako yung naging research leader.
Mhm. And there was no hesitation? Did you have any fears or doubts or worries perhaps na shocks, kailangan ako pala yung mag-step up sa grupo namin? May ganun bang feeling,
Nung
Isha?
Nung una po, kasi sabi ko talaga, my God, ayoko maging research leader. Kasi ang research leader namin ng grade 11 was si Erin.
Mhm.
So sabi ko, hala, paano to? Kasi like, hindi naman ako sobrang galing sa research, but I'm willing to take a step up naman.
Mhm.
But it went well,
Mhm.
although I must say, other than the doubt ko sa sarili ko, medyo na-stress din ako on the first hand
Mhm.
na hala, yung isa kong kagrupo, ang chika noon, hindi siya ganito, medyo mahirap siyang i-deal with. Pero thankfully naman, yung impression na narinig ko from other people, hindi nangyari sa akin
Mhm.
in handling them.
Mhm.
Yun po.
Thank you, Isha. Would like to go next?
For my case naman po, ma'am, my group mates were um all the ang tawag dito? Magagaling naman po talaga sila. Lahat sila. However, like Isha, there was a specific person sa group na meron nga pong background na hindi po tumutulong sa group and whatnot. So, medyo kinabahan din po ako. And throughout that, throughout the year po, we saw na yung background information about that person po was true. Medyo nag-struggle po kami, pero um, to our perseverance naman po as a group, we uh, did all that we can in approach naman po namin yung person. And I think um, na, ang tawag po dito, no way down naman po yung problem and we got through with our research po. Yun.
Thank you, Erin. Last, Vince, how about you?
So, kung kay Ishra and kay Erin may parang research material or like leaders, sa amin sa grupo namin wala po. Since yung first meeting po namin, yung parang diniscuss na rin kung sino yung magiging leader, lahat po kami natatakot, lahat po kami ayaw since we've come from nakita po namin yung example. Leader ko rin when I was grade 11 si Erin na parang palagi walang tulog, palagi napapagod. And then yung from my other two groups naman, parang yung research leader nila parang wala rin ginagawa. So lahat kami ayaw maging leader. So we've decided na lang rin mag-spin the wheel. So spin the wheel namin is like kung nakuha ka na ng first try, safe ka na. So mat yeah, kung sino yung natira, siya yung magiging leader.
Okay.
And then happy to say ako naging leader.
Okay. Nung ikaw yung naiwan at ikaw yung naging leader ng grupo, anong initial thoughts or feelings mo about that task or that responsibility?
I mean, for me naman po, I see myself as talagang magiging leader na lang rin sa grupo. And
Mhm.
then, meron nga rin ako isang group um, member na parang gusto niya rin daw sana maging leader. Actually, kaming dalawa natira.
For the group of Vince, na ngayon ko lang nalaman, by the way, na nag-spin the wheel pala kayo. Ginawa niyo ba yun in class? Yung pag-spin the wheel?
Yes po, yung ang
Hindi ko
ingay
lang
po namin
maalala.
that time nun eh.
Okay. For the group of Erin, paano napili kung sino yung leader?
Well, the decision making process po was nag-usap-usap po kami about who could possibly be the leader. And sabi po nila initially, sana daw po ako since
Mhm.
naging leader naman po ako last year and continuation naman po ng research yung plano namin. Pero sabi ko, I think it's best to give another person the opportunity to be the leader naman po. And I was kind of hoping na maybe si Marmaine po. Pero she was kind of afraid po to do so. So ang ano na po namin was si Joaquin po.
Mhm. So,
So,
consensus siya ng group members.
yes po.
At ano naman, wala namang hesitation si Joaquin in becoming your group's leader.
Um, nung una po wala po.
Mhm.
Pero nung nagkaroon po ng problem since nagkaroon po siya ng sakit,
Mhm.
medyo nagkaroon po siya ng doubt and wanted to hand me over the position of being a leader. Pero did reassure him na he was doing the best he can for the research group.
Mhm.
So, um, uh, tinahak niya pa rin po yung pagiging leader po ng group namin. So, yun
Mhm.
po.
Mhm. I have a follow-up question for everyone. And what I noticed is that in terms of group composition, the groups of Isha and Erin are mixed strand, correct? Humes and Gasha. Unlike the group of Vince na pure Humes naman yung members. Meron bang difference? Was it advantageous or disadvantageous kapag mixed or pure coming from one particular strand yung research group? Or no significant difference at all?
Ma'am.
Mhm.
Wala naman pong difference, and actually hindi naman po mahirap i-deal with kahit may pagkakaiba kami ng strand.
Mhm.
And to be honest, go with the flow nga lang po siya. Kasi kumbaga hindi rin ina-admit niya sa sarili niya na hindi siya sobrang galing sa research.
Mhm.
Kaya kumbaga be it kung sobrang bigat ng desisyon, he realized na kung ano
Mhm.
yung sa tingin ko pinakamagandang gawin. Yun na lang.
Mhm. Thank you, Isha. How about in terms of scheduling? Meron bang ganong difference or difficulty kapag mixed strand versus kapag pure na galing sa isa lang, like Humes?
Wala naman po. And
Okay.
karaniwan naman po ng meeting namin is gabi ng Monday.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Is it the same for you, Vince, Erin?
For me naman po yung as all Hume strand po, parang mas naging advantage na rin po siya since we all know our schedule, we know
Mhm.
all of our works po. So parang alam namin na parang same naman kami. So alam namin na workload, wait,
Mhm.
workload. So I guess parang yun na. Mas advantage na rin po siya.
Mhm.
For me naman po, I think um wala naman po masyadong significant difference other than the
Mhm.
schedule nga po. Pero with that um problem po, napag-usapan naman po namin how we will have meetings, ganun po. And with that, I think naging okay naman po yung dynamics ng group po namin. Yun
Mhm.
po.
All right. Thank you for that. Okay, now let's talk about employees. Okay, kasi one clear difference between practical research and specialized research and inquiries is that for your grade 12 research, you're working closely with selected employees, alumni, or even administrators as your panelists or even perhaps research promoters. How was that experience like?
I'll share na lang rin.
Mm.
Um, I guess it's very fulfilling na lang rin since you've or nagtatrabaho kayo with very much professional sa nagugustuhan mong topic and
Mhm.
dun sila nagbibigay na parang very insightful tips. Kaya ayun, shout out to our very pogi research promoter Sir Buendia since all throughout our research journey very helpful siya
Mhm.
since dun lang rin namin nalaman sa dulo na parang very gusto niya yung topic namin. Very
Mhm.
passionate rin siya about it. And yun yung parang naging advantage rin sa amin since mahirap makuha ng isang promoter na may same rin kayo na parang paglalaban na research or
Mhm.
same unique. And, thank goodness si Sir Jojo very much ano rin siya. And then, ayun rin, very much fulfilling, very much fun
Mhm.
since both of you are, love that research so much. Yun lang pa.
Thank you, Vince. How about for Erin and Isha?
Hmm. For me, yung research promoter and panelists po namin were very both professional in the field po of mental health kasi yung isa po is nasa guidance po in our school, and the other is handling that same field po in her studies po. So both people were very advantageous for our group since ang focus nga po namin is mental health pa. Yun pa.
Isha?
Um, Two things. Number one, nung simula po, kalmado ako kasi sabi ko, naging panelist naman na namin last year yung isa. So, I know yung dynamics sa kanya. Yung isa naman ay parang, sabi ko, I think she doesn't bite naman. Feeling ko magaan lang din siya ng panelist. Kaya lang nung kalagitnaan ng research, parang she felt the need to pass it on to another person dahil marami daw po siyang responsibility. And then, okay naman. Although, I must say, nung final defense, may sama ako ng loob sa kanila before the deadline of the manuscript. And then, ginisa kami nung final defense.
Yung
But,
sudden change in terms of panelist roster, do you think that it affected or impacted your research workflow?
hindi naman po. Kasi even if hindi naman po nagpalit, the fact na binigyan naman po namin sila ng time to comment. Kaya lang, talagang nagulat ako kasi nagpapa-comment ako, hindi sila nag-comment, and then nung nandun na kami
Final
sa harapan
defense.
for the final defense,
Mhm.
ginigisa na kami. Kaya sabi ko, ba't ganun? But it went well naman na sabi ko, at least kahit papano, may mga parts na sinabi yung isang panelist na for the other panelists kahit hindi naman nagawin.
Mhm.
So at least hindi po sobrang bigat nung ni-revise.
Mhm. Okay. And overall, I'd like to believe na may complementarity. Gusto nating ma-achieve yung balance, lalo na between the comments coming from your promoter who assists you in content development and the research critic who is really there to scrutinize and analyze your paper's quality. Okay? Okay. Because research is a year-long project, kaiba sa ibang performance task o sa ibang terminal output in the different courses, ang research, isang taon natin siyang ginawa from the get-go in inquiries until we reached specialized research. So my question, did you experience research burnout? And if so, how did you handle or manage it?
Um, Pag nababurnout po ako, like, ang ginagawa ko na lang is, halimbawa, let's say, kakauwi ko lang. And then, for this day, kanina umaga, may research. Like, parang yun yung huli kong gagawin for the afternoon hanggang gabi. Hindi ko iisipin. Yung ibang subject muna na mas madali yung iisipin ko para mapahangin-hangin muna yung mind ko.
Mhm. Is it the same for Vince and
Yun lang.
Erin?
Sige, ako. For me naman po, I don't believe there's such thing as research burnout since, wait, let me ano na lang rin po yung parang quote ni parang ni Ocean Vuong since may napanood akong podcast sa kanya
Wow.
about creator's block. And then,
Mhm.
na-quote niya rin kasi about it is that it's something to do with productivity. Diba? So, parang in relation with productivity and then kung bakit ako nagkaka-research burnout, what level of productivity am I experiencing that burnout, diba? Tinatamad lang ba ako? Am I just tired? Am I just, not feeling the same? And then, dun ko na lang rin naiisip ko na parang, o sige na, let's leave 2 days na hindi tayo magagawa ng research kahit in 3 days na lang deadline na yung mismong paper. It's toxic pero it's my thing.
Mhm.
And pero kasi, well, habang 2 days na yon habang di ako nagsusulat, nag-iisip na lang rin ako. So, I just usually think na parang, ano magandang first sentence sa next paper na kung saan ko naiiwan man. Or anong magandang first word. And, that's productivity. Hindi man ako gumagawa ng mismong physical or nag-ano siya sa laptop. I'm still thinking na anong
Mhm.
pwedeng gawin or anong pwedeng sulat. So, that's how I escape that research burnout and
Mhm.
at least may ginagawa man.
Mhm. How about you, Erin?
Um, Somehow the same rin po kay Vince. I do take rests po in between when working po with a research paper. And during those times, like Vince, may level of productivity rin po ako. And I do think of ways na kung ano bang mailalagay ko pa sa research paper na mas mapapaganda po siya in a way. And uh, during those rests, I also do activities that um hindi ko na po masyado nagagawa para lang po gumana po yung utak ko. So, hindi po ma-lose yung parang energy of the mind to think. And if I do decide to write again, mas may level of productivity po siya in a way na tuloy-tuloy po yung flow ng mind ko. Ganun.
Mhm. Mhm. Speaking of writing, ang gusto kong malaman, and this is a follow-up question, meron ba kayong set time na devoted for research-related tasks after class hours? Or bugso ba siya ng inspiration, momentum, or kapag hindi kayo ganun kapagod? Paano nyo siya ginagawa? Paano yung usual scheme doing research outside class hours?
So, usually po, for me naman po, I give time rin naman po. Like, feeling ko like, depende rin po kasi sa mood for me. So, example, parang wala po talaga ako sa mood mag-research because may other works from other subject. I
Mhm.
prioritize that rin. And then, sasabihin ko na lang sa sarili ko na, sige, tomorrow na lang yan.
Mhm.
Pure research lang ang gagawin ko.
Mhm.
Pero hindi rin kasi po, ma'am, sample na iwasan ko na parang habang natutulog, bigla out of nowhere, oh my God, ang gandang first liner nun. Or sabi yun. So, I'll just get my photos ko, kunin ko sa notes ko, and then parang, kung kailan ako magagawa ng research, dyan ko na lang parang, ang ganda nga na nasa isip ko. So, yun na rin po.
Ah, okay. Interesting. How about for Isha and for Erin? Is it the same?
Um, wala po akong set time kasi minsan
Okay.
po ginagawa ko kapag sabay-sabay yung project, ang dami kong tab sa laptop and then
Uh-huh.
palipat-lipat po ako and then wala rin pong set na towards the end halimbawa ng research. I'm doing multiple parts all at once. Like, halimbawa may naisip ako for 3.1, then biglang lulundag ako sa 3.3 or 4.2,
Mhm.
palundag-lundag po ako until such time na napapagdugtong-dugtong ko yung narrative.
Mhm. Mhm. How about you, Erin?
For my case po, wala po akong set of time,
Oh,
like
okay.
Isha, na gagawin ko po specific project. For me po kasi, I make a list and whichever is much easier, much important na gawin for that
Mm.
moment or for that day, yun po yung ginagawa ko. And usually, yung research po nasa gitna po minsan, ganun po, or nasa huli. Pero
Gitna.
like,
Okay.
depende rin po siya sa inspiration and momentum or the mood, like Vince po, kung magagawa ko na po talaga yung research. Kasi if my mind do work at that time na puro mental health po yung pumapasok sa isip ko, I would write it down na po kagad. Kasi kung mawala pa po yun, I don't think maaalala ko pa siya. Ganun po. So, yun
Mhm.
pa.
And when you decide to write, is it with your group mates all the time? Or paano niyo siya ginagawa? Kanya-kanya ba kayo ng oras ng pagsulat? Or meron ba kayong set schedule na, o dapat ganitong oras online tayo, nasa GDocs and all? Ano yung naging sistema or scheme sa inyong groups?
For my group po, minsan po si Joaquin po nagchat-chat po siya na around this time we should be working together kasi kailangan natin pag-usapan to. Like, during the time na pinag-uusapan po namin yung pagpalit po ng theoretical framework, nagkaroon po talaga kami ng time na magkakasama po talaga kami as a group to discuss what is best for the theoretical framework po ng paper namin. And throughout the year po, ginagawa naman po namin yun na may set po kami na time or day na mag-uusap po kami about the research paper para po may unified goal po kami about
Mhm.
it. Yun
Mhm.
pa.
For the groups of Vince and Isha.
For me naman rin po, parang may set time po kami like for a call lang rin po. Pero
Mhm.
for like call usually 10 p.m. And then usually nag-uusap lang kami na parang updates on how we write. Pero yung in terms of pagsusulat po, well, may sarili-sarili po kaming time. Pero usually rin napansin ko, ang mga time po namin is around let's say 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. So same time rin kami. Pero
Okay.
usually parang maiba nagla-last longer sila and then
Mm.
we usually parang the next day doon na lang rin kami nag-uusap na, oy, kamusta? So,
Mhm.
usually nagkakamustahan lang po kami.
Mhm. For your group, Isha?
Ganoon din po, wala po kaming set time. And karaniwan, I'm grateful dun sa iba na maaga silang gumagawa.
Mhm.
Kaya pag ako na yung titingin, I would just comment na parang kailangan ito medyo
Mhm.
i-reword or like that. And then, mabilis naman po sila mag-pick up. Although,
Mhm.
may one time na sobrang na-stress ako kasi ang taas ng AI. Kaya pina-overhaul ko yung part niya.
Okay.
Ganun.
Sige, we'll talk about artificial intelligence in a bit. But I have a follow-up question for everyone. Looking back, kasi hearing your answers, parang majority sa atin, walang fixed schedule except for quick calls that mainly center on kamustahan or progress check-ins. Pero looking back at your habits, at your group's habits, was it more helpful or flexible na ganon yung naging scheme ninyo na uh, very flexible yung writing schedule or yung tasking?
Ah, for me po, mas flexible siya since we have different skills na rin po kung in terms of writing. And then, ang usually po, ang ginagawa lang rin po namin is we set a deadline na kung kailan dapat matapos. So, for example, ang deadline ng chapter 1 is on Saturday. Usually, dapat on Thursday, tapos na kami fully.
Mhm.
Para pagdating po ng Friday, um, checking na lang siya.
Mhm.
Tas, yung time na yun before Thursday na usually yung deadline of the group, doon na lang rin
Mhm.
parang time na, have our own schedule kung kailan kami magsusulat. Basta we have an agreed point na Thursday dapat done na yung parts namin.
Mhm.
Para on Saturday, wala na rin kami problema.
Mhm. And Vince, just to follow up, yung weekly ba siya na deadline na o ganito dapat may progress na tayo? Every Friday may makita tayong progress sa manuscript. Internal ba siya na consensus or agreement among your members?
Yes po.
Mhm.
Since parang 'di ba po may parang binibigay po kayo like calendar. We
Yes.
usually copy that calendar and then we
Mhm.
will paste our own calendar na parang okay,
Mhm.
1 week dapat tapos
Good.
na tong half part na to.
Mhm.
Then dapat fully by 2 days of before the deadline may tapos na yung lahat part para checking. And
Good.
then doon na rin kami nagparang we leave our schedules na lang rin and hindi na rin po kami usually ang
Mhm.
toxic lang po is kasi kapag ganun lang is ginaghost yun ng isa't isa kasi parang, o sige, I trust you na by Thursday matatapos na yun. Tapos usually hindi na po kami nagkakamustahan.
Oh, I see. Okay. So this leads me to my next question, especially for the leaders like Isha and for Vince. How do you monitor your members? And did it ever occur in the school year, in the previous school year na nagkaroon ng misunderstanding or ng conflict? Paano niyo siya hinandle as leaders of the group? Erin, you're also free to respond to these questions, lalo na kung may experience ka dealing with it, ha? So again, my question, how did you manage, monitor, or handle conflict, misunderstanding with your respective groups?
Hindi naman po kami totally nagkaroon ng away or ano. But like, tulad nung na-mention ko kanina, I would really check on their part and then no filter sabihin ko na please, pakiulit kasi medyo mataas sa AI. Gumamit ka ba talaga o hindi? Nililinaw ko rin po kung ano. Kasi minsan yung AI applications, naka-flag na AI
Yes.
kahit hindi AI. So,
Mhm.
doon sa dalawa, I mean, mas kampante ko. Kasi alam ko naman na wala silang history nun. Pero yung isa, mas monitor ko po. Kasi yun yung talagang nung grade 11 problematic. But kumbaga, hindi ko siya ginajudge na minsan, ang ginagawa ko na lang din po para hindi sobrang complicated sa part niya.
Mhm.
Of course, I'll give her a part, pero hindi yung sobrang mabigat.
Mhm. And when you do
Meron siyang
this,
gagawin.
Isha, when you do this, is it in person, virtual, when you give instructions to revise your group members' work?
Online po. Comment
Okay.
ako sa Google Docs.
Okay.
Or minsan sa Messenger, sinasabayan ko sa PM or
Mhm.
G.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. How about the others? Vince, Erin?
Hmm. So, ma'am, yung question po ba is like my problem po within the group and how
Yes.
do I handle it? So,
Yes.
sige, I'll split into two parts na lang rin.
Okay.
Since yung first part naman po, usually, ang nagkakaroon na po ng problems within our group is usually parang, yun nga, sa paper mismo about, let's say yung parang may mali lang to, and then usually I just, same with Ishra, I just comment it sa Google
G-Docs.
Docs. Pero usually minsan since maharot ako, usually face to face ko siya. Na parang like, hoy, ano na, wala ka pang ginagawa dyan.
Okay.
Or
And how do they respond to that? Pag halimbawang in person mo call out or magre-remind ka?
usually po tumatawa na lang rin po kasi sila since hindi ko po naman sila parang like, oy, wala ka pang ginagawa. Usually parang gino-joke around ko na parang let's
Okay.
say, since nung first sem po kasi meron akong isang grupo na parang like palagi kami magka-group sa ibang subjects. And then I usually call out na parang, oh, dahil tapos ka na dyan, gawin mo na yung research natin, ha? And then usually, I play around na lang rin. And then, yung second part naman rin, ma'am, ito cut na po to.
Sige, pause ka. Okay.
Tapos, so, ayun, yeah. To ano na lang rin, since, hindi natin naman maiiwasan yung issue within the group. And I guess yung paano na lang na-resolve is, pinagsabihan ko na lang rin sa kanila na, guys, research to. This is graded. So kung man maapekto yung friendship natin from here, dapat hindi maapekto sa research natin kasi graded yan eh. Baka ito pa yung dahilan na hindi tayo mag-graduate. So usually just give them the talk na lang rin para at least to maintain their focus. And then ayun naman, solve naman yung issue na hindi paggagawa ng paper or natatamad. And then doon na lang rin na hindi na lang nagpapansinan.
Was this a sit-down conversation with the group na, guys, kailangan nating isang tabi muna yung personal concerns, or was this also done online?
Personal po.
Okay.
So
Okay.
usually kapag may time po sa research, doon po kami nag-uusap and stuff like that.
All right. Thank you for that. Erin, anything to add to the conversation regarding conflict management, kung meron man, in your group?
Well, for our group, there were multiple problems within the group with in terms of dynamics po or how we manage our task. Medyo naghiwalay po kasi yung task namin, and since dalawa-dalawa nga po by pair po, like Vince po, meron po nag-edit for our video na docu po mismo, and then meron po nagsusulat, and supposedly si Joaquin po and si Marmin po yung mag-edit, and then me and Zeb would uh do the writing part. But I don't think there was ever a sit down. Pero we did try to talk to him. Pero the thing is, hindi po talaga nare-resolve yung problem with that person. And I think hindi na po kami yung may problema at that point. Feeling ko
Yes.
po, it's the other person na po. So, nahirapan din po talaga kami. Yun po.
All right. And I appreciate each and every one of you kasi hindi man magkakaiba kayo ng naging struggles. And I speak on behalf of the entire class kasi I saw each group's progress, struggles. And what I appreciate the most is that, at least to my knowledge, na isasantabi ninyo, na i-compartmentalize ninyo for the sake of efficiency and productivity. Sometimes even personal matters, kailangan mo ng isang tabi para ma-prioritize kung ano yung urgent matters na related sa research natin. I appreciate also the patience kasi nga hindi rin biro managing the workload. And on top of that, you had to also manage and monitor your members, lalo na for the group leaders. And some leaders, like in the person of Joaquin, had to multitask also because there were certain members who might not be as productive as we'd like them to be for the year-long project. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question, and this concerns artificial intelligence. For your batch in particular, one of the innovations the research teachers had done was the implementation of the artificial intelligence declaration form. So when I was orienting the class and you were required to submit the declaration form, what were your initial thoughts or feels about it? Nakatulong ba siya? Dagdag ba siya sa kaba o sa worries ninyo? How was it like?
Parang katulad nung yung may binigay din po kayo na form, yung kasunduan ng members,
Yes,
yan
yes.
ang trabaho,
Mhm.
ganyan-ganyan. Talagang nakalagay doon sa kasunduan natin na bagsak yung grade nung mahuhuli ko na nag-AI, nagpasa threshold.
Mhm.
Good thing na na-limit yung ganun. And hindi, kung may ganun man na hindi naman sinasadya na biglang na-flag kahit hindi talaga
Yes.
AI, nagagawan po namin ng pangalan.
Mhm. Thank you, Isha. How about for your group, Erin?
For us naman po, or at least in my point of view po, I think it's really just right na meron pong ganong type of system about artificial intelligence po. Since kailangan po natin maiwasan na magkaroon po ng dependency or maging dependent on that type of uh
Technology.
parang technology po, yes po. And I think it's really just right for us to have that committed na paper na sinasign po namin para we are entrusted with how we will use that type of technology po since naging advanced na rin po talaga siya. So, yun po for me.
Yes. Follow-up question for the group. Yung 20% na threshold, ano ba siya? Suitable or adequate, acceptable percentage na siya? Looking back. O kailangan bang pataasin pa, pababain? Anong thoughts niyo doon? If it were up to you, should the 20% threshold be retained, changed, modified? What do you guys think?
For me sige, doon na lang rin po mag-share. For me po, parang yung 20%, for me po is more, medyo generous na siya.
Yes.
So, dapat medyo ibaba. Let's say, 5.
Wow,
Mga ano.
5%? Pag nag-5% tayo yung TO1 ninyo, lahat kayo except for 4 students, mag-rewrite.
Huh?
Oo, masyadong mababa naman yung 5%.
Sige,
Okay.
10%.
Okay.
Pero
Thank
kasi
you. Thank you, Vince. How about the others? Was the 20% threshold generous or conservative na kailangan pang dagdagan? What do you guys think?
For me po, I think the same rin po with Vince. It's really generous na po kasi if tumaas po yun, I feel like nag-rely na nga lang po talaga tayo sa technology po na meron tayo, which is hindi naman po dapat kasi dapat po
Yes.
sa atin nanggagaling yung mga words in our works po. So I think 20% is really generous. Pwede pa po siyang babaan, but I think okay na po siya for me.
Yung 20, okay na sa'yo,
Yes
Erin.
po.
How about you, Ishra?
I think kumbaga, justified naman bakit 20. Kasi normal lang naman po maghanap ng prompt or something. But yun nga, hindi to the point na dependent ka sa AI. But I think, siguro kung medyo maglalakas pa ng konti yung school, pwede siguro yung 16% or
16? 1-6?
pero po,
Uh-huh.
bababaan pa ng school.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so if I may share, at least for LSQC, wala pa tayong institutionalized policy on AI use. So yung 20% threshold is a classroom policy that I implemented specifically or firstly with your batch. Okay? In the colleges and the universities, the usual range of Turnitin is between 12 to 20%. Okay? So, yung 20% na threshold natin in class was the max threshold, acceptable threshold. And yun yung, ewan ko ba kung out of generosity nga, or para hindi rin kayo mabigla sa restrictions. Ito yung naging rationale behind the acceptable threshold be assigned in class. In, of course, coordination with the different offices. Kumbaga, naikonsulta din ito ni Miss Chat with the APSA and even with the APAA since it's an academic affair. But duly noted, kung tinginin yung too generous pa or may pwede pa tayong i-improve regarding the existing school classroom policies na ito. Okay. Another innovation which we implemented in class was regarding the tasking agreement form. And we accomplished this document beginning second quarter of first semester because that's when we started with manuscript writing until the last quarter of the second semester. And what I noticed is that majority of the groupings, ang sinight or sinulat ninyong reward was the do not disturb or no research talk after completing a significant accomplishment. Why is that? Bakit bakit ganon? Bakit D&D? Bakit no research allowed? At nasunod ba yung mga conditions or yung mga provisions na nasa agreement form ninyo?
Ako na lang mag-start, ma'am. Nasunod siya kasi first of all, yung agreement po kasi namin dun is like kapag like may award namin is do not disturb for a month. Hindi nasunod yung 1 month
Oo, grabe yung
time
1 month.
frame.
Okay.
Except yung final defenses, wala naman na. So, talaga
Mhm.
nasunod po siya 1 month. Pero yung paano 3 weeks. And then, since na-decided po namin na do not disturb, itabi na lang rin muna natin yung personal issues kung bakit do not disturb was because na lang rin is nakakasawa po yung mukha nila.
Okay.
Na parang usually po parang your work, yung one time po nag-research po kami until 6 a.m.
No
And then,
sleep?
no sleep po, ma'am. And then doon na lang rin na parang like, sige, do not disturb na lang. Pagod na ako sa
Mhm.
pagkikita ng account mo sa GDoc. So,
Mhm.
for me po, it's quite healthy na rin kasi para at least
Mhm.
doon na rin po parang nagsiset aside yung mga issues or something na
Mhm.
nagana yung mga communication.
Mhm.
So, yun naman po.
Thank you, Vince. How about for Isha and Erin?
With my group, wala po kaming agreement about do not disturb kasi pare-pares po kaming introvert. So, minsan nga po, kahit may task, kung hindi pa ako mauunang magparamdam, walang mag-chat sa group chat. But ang natupad naman po yung kasunduan namin. Binigyan po sila ng gift cert
Oh,
ng
wow.
Starbucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Bongga. Okay. Ito yung treat from the leader. Tama?
Opo. Although,
Okay.
although hindi na po kami nakapunta ng sabay, I just gave it to them sobrang late na. Nung baccalaureate, mas ko nabigay sa kanila yung
Talaga?
gift cert.
Wow. Okay. How about you, Erin?
For our case as a group naman pa, I don't think natupad yung reward namin. Because as far as I can remember, I feel like meron po talaga doon na nakalagay nakakain po kami sa Erlin Stop Silog. Pero
Yes,
hindi
nabasa ko rin yan. Tama.
hindi po siya natupad because I don't think we had the time to do so. Kasi in between pagtapos po ng quarters, tuloy-tuloy rin po talaga siya na
Mhm.
susunod na quarter naman po. So I don't think natupad namin yung mga reward namin. Pero other than the rewards, I think the tasking naman po natupad naman po and some members.
Mhm.
And yung mga deals po naman, I think, natupad din naman po talaga
Mhm.
as a part of the agreement po. Yan.
All right. Thank you for that, Erin. Let's now proceed to our next question. And this is regarding your most memorable experience. Okay, so can you share with us what aspect of the research project or the research process did you find most memorable, be it for good or not so good reasons?
Um, okay, so dalawa po. Yung first memorable was yung data gathering kasi doon ko nakita na yung concern ng students about the school policies was really there. Kumbaga, existent talaga siya. And mahalaga na narinig namin yung opinion nila, yung sentiments nila, so as to make better recommendations to study. Yun yung good na memory. Yung bad
Mhm.
memory is yung final defense.
Mhm.
Kasi I really gave the panelists time to read
Yes.
the manuscript. Ang bago lang po nila ay parang reword this, parang remove mas maganda pang term dito. Then yung isa parang pwede mo nang i-omit yung phrase na yan. And then pagdating doon sa final defense, hala, may revisions pa rin. Eh, no time na yun, sabi ko, pagod na ako, ayoko nang pag-research this lang. But at least, kumbaga, na workout po namin, na-settle namin, ano yung pwede nang hindi baguhin. Kaya kahit pa paano, hindi kami nahirapan sa
Yes.
pagpapahalaw.
Revisions. Thank you, Isha. I appreciate your candid answers, lalo na dun sa final defense kasi second time mo na siyang na-point out earlier and then this time around. Sana hindi traumatic yung final defense. I hope na memorable siya. Yes, may siguro negative feelings associated with it, but at least um, when you do your research presentation in college, better equipped ka na on how to handle or deal specifically with feedback coming from your research panelists. Okay? Thank you for that, Isha. How about you, Erin, Vince?
Okay, ako na po mauna kay Vince. For me, ang pinaka-memorable po is going to the community po and learning their perspective on mental health po. Kasi it's really nice to know how they think of that topic as a part of that community po, na urban peer community po as we know it. And although may mga struggles in terms of logistics po in that matter and may mga schedules po na hindi po natutupad na magvi-visit kami, naging memorable naman po yung pag-visit namin kasi um it was a fun journey po. And to work with my members po during that time, um, it was really productive and at the same time fun po talaga na
Mhm.
ginagawa po namin yan. And especially we are doing that because uh we want an action towards the problem that they are having in that community, and I think that's really fulfilling po. So
Mhm.
yun po yung pinaka-memorable po for me.
Mhm. Nakailang labas kayo in total, Erin? Dalawa o tatlo?
I think tatlo po
Oo.
siya
Okay.
nalabas. Yes po.
And these were mostly held outside our class period, right?
Yes po.
Kasi yung availability ng community.
Up.
Alright. Thank you for that. Vince, how about you?
In terms of good or bad memories, I have a lot of bad memories lang rin po. Like, imbes na yung, like, yung good memories naman, yes, good memories ang nanalo, no revisions, pero yung bad memories kasi hindi yan nakikita. So, I'll just share at least two na lang rin is yung last minute revisions. Parang, ay, naalala ko po ma'am is yung nagpa-comment po kami sa inyo.
Mhm.
And then, nag-reply lang po kayo the
That
day
day.
before the headline. And then, bad timing po nun is out of the country po ako nun.
Mhm.
And then doon na lang rin po na parang na inis na parang like, bakit ako gumagawa ng research out of the country? Na parang I've already write my part before I left. Tapos doon na lang rin, I mean, it's not totally bad, pero it's something good kasi parang doon na rin po kami na parang nagkakaroon ng good communication with my team members since doon kami kahit out of the country, nagko-communicate pa rin kami at saka ginagawa yung research para at least mapasa agad kahit 1 day lang binigay na extension for our group. And then, ayun lang rin. Pero kasi rin it taught rin a lesson na parang first, wag mag-out of the country. Second is, yun lang for me na parang ano lang about having, working with expert kasi hindi rin lahat may time to check the paper and dapat rin as researchers tayo rin na lang rin mag-a-adjust for that. And then, yung second bad memory is yung data gathering kasi walang gusto mag-participate
Ah,
kahit nag-door
yes.
to door kami. Lahat kami sinasabihan na kumakain kami, umalis na kayo.
Mhm.
Yes. Yun po.
And yung limited sample na nakuha natin, we had to also adjust with that. Of course, outside our control or beyond our control naman, we cannot really force respondents to participate in our study. And overall, yung dun sa, I think, to look at your experiences, your bad experiences in another light. I appreciated your adaptability in both scenarios. You in dealing with rejection of certain respondents, in dealing with belated comments on your manuscript, you both handled it, or your group handled it in such a swift and adaptable manner. And for that, I hope that you also bring it with you in college, in your tertiary ed. Right? Uh-huh. I'm down to my last two questions. Tapos, since magkaugnay naman siya, babanggitin ko na yung dalawa and then you can answer the two questions concurrently as well. Okay? So, what are the real life lessons that you've learned through research? Aside from the technical know-how, ano yung real life lessons na nakuha ninyo born out of your research experience last year? And what piece of advice do you have for our incoming grade 12 students who will also take up inquiries and specialized research? Okay? Anyone who'd like to go first?
Um, so if may natutunan po ako about real life is that madalas, especially sa mga araw-araw na pauwi, you won't get everything that you want. Kasi tulad nung final defense, gusto ko talaga walang revisions. Pero nakakuha pa rin kami ng revisions. And then, with a set of group mates at first, hindi ko gaano matimbang kung would this work, would this be fine. But it went along. So parang just keep going and always put it to heart. Siyempre, kung ano man yung magiging topic, that would be my advice. Kung ano yung passionate ang grade 12 na mga bagay, kung ano yung values, kung ano yung social issues man na gusto nilang lutasin or explore, just go for it. Because eventually, hindi lang naman for the school yung innovation or yung ambag na ito. Mas maganda yung may ambag rin sa libo. So, that's all.
Thank you, Isha. Next. Would like to go next?
Okay. I'll go na po. For me, the real life lesson na tumatak dun for me is yung keeping an open mind po. Since we had to work with people we don't know dun sa community, and in order to um go through with the process, kailangan po we keep an open mind and marunong po kaming makisalamuha with the people there in the community. Kasi if we were to work with them, which we did naman po, syempre may different perspective po sila sa um what we are researching about, and I really think it's important na we set aside our own beliefs to listen to them, baka kasi po may mambag pa yung knowledge nila to our research, and I think that's really important. for us, especially if the recent grade 12 student do decide to do community-based research po. It's important to have that in mind na we have to be open to them and listen to them on whatever perspectives they're ready to give to us kasi they're entrusting us with that information po. And other than that po, uh, uh, a lesson that I keep with Miss is knowing how to work with your peers and how we can approach them despite the differences we may have. Because in our group, we did have difficulties with one member and uh we did try to approach that person, and I think that's really important na may courage po tayo makipag-usap sa ating group mates or peers despite our differences. And kung may struggle man with the research in its entirety, we must have the courage to face those adversity po. And I keep that in mind until now po. Yun po.
Thank you for that, Erin. Last but not the least, Vince.
For me po, what I learned during research and, just give advice to the next batch is work is work or trabaho kung trabaho or aka be professional. Since, you're in a single project, 'di ba? Kaya dapat iwasan natin yung kahit may problems with the group mates or distractions that will hinder us from writing. Dapat maging professional tayo na set aside all of that and do our part or our research, especially since we're working with professionals, with working with masters, with working with new friends, we're working with new students. And dapat doon tayo maging at least ma-understandable with other people. And then, since, research is having a common goal na lang rin kung bakit magiging dapat professional is, help a community, help individuals or marginalized people. Kaya dapat iset aside lahat ng magsa-stop sa atin to help those people. And yun naman pa.
Thank you for that, Vince. And it's good to hear that the lessons that you were able to mention earlier dealt with soft skills. Unintentionally, ang lumilitaw ngayon sa kwentuhan natin, soft skills such as the ability to listen, to empathize, and be sensitive with both respondents and even with our own group members. Kahit yung courage to communicate effectively with them, lumitaw din siya sa ating pag-uusap. And to overcome and face these adversities and struggles, nakakabit naman talaga in doing research work. Okay, so thank you for such an insightful conversation today. It was endearing and fulfilling to hear that you did not only learn the technical skills, but more importantly, hopefully, research also helped you become better versions of yourselves by being more resilient, being more courageous, and even being more patient with people in general, 'di ba? Yan naman ang training sa atin eh. Pagiging critical bilang Hume students, pero maliban doon, yung kaya rin nating makipagkapwa-tao sa kabila ng pagkakaiba natin ng pananaw, ng disposition, even attitudes in life. Okay, so I thank you for that, and I hope that these learnings that you were able to grasp after completing research in grade 12 is something that you will still continue to carry on as you embark with your college and university life. Okay, manifesting only success for all of you. Maraming salamat ulit sa inyong oras. Please visit me in school soon, okay? Para mas marami pa tayong chikahan and updating na gawin. Okay? Thank you so much, Jan, Vince, and Erin for your time. I'll see you all soon, real soon. Okay? Thank you.